participant from last year's playoff, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Seminoles will get this season underway as toe meets leather. He'll bring it out. It's Valentine. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Looking for space, it's Scott. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Turning it on! That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some room.
The give to the back. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback making checks. To the air, it's Hawkins. He's going for a big play downfield. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Throws to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And a foot down for the 1st down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Texas A&M ready to go with another 1st down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. At the 40, there he goes. They just gassed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
Man, I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but, man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
Texas A&M back to work with another 1st down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. Hauls it in.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
This opening drive, methodical, efficient. They'll snap it for the 9th time on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. This is why they show up for midnight yell, and they are playing like they practice.
And this place rocks as loud as anywhere in the country, and you want to get them going early. First drive of the game, scoring a touchdown, getting them jacked up.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Blasted as he lets it go. Got his man downfield. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warrick and Lavernia Schools. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
Breaks into the open. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Wants to throw on first down. Right down the middle. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. To the air on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. Finding open areas. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Wide receiver going in motion. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Moving out of the pocket. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling. He rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him. They hit him. They forced the incompletion.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Wants to throw again. Here comes the heat. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. leaves it with the back. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. Fires to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, this defense is going to mix up their looks against this quarterback, playing some zone. That time it was man coverage, but they also brought the blitz. So they're just trying to keep this quarterback on his toes.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
That's good for Fighting Texas A&M.
Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Power football with the run. There he goes. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that first down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
And the Aggies are marching down the field. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Done enough for the first. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks the tackle. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They're going to test the right side with this one. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
They were able to get a field goal on board, and now they'll kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick. quarterback, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got...
Oh, he's got some space. Smashes through the tackle. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Noles want to move quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. Going for 6. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note. And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense. Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on third down, forcing the fourth down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Absolutely perfect. This is now a 7-point game.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Gonna run it. It's Scott. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's Hawkins. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact...
Intercepted! A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Trying to take it back.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. To the ground with the back. Turning it on! They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Gets it past the marker. There he goes down the right side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Aggie!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's going to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Finds his man. It's Gilbert.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times, those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times, good things happen.
They'll try to get it through the air. He's got him. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. On the move. Just ran him over.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it and try to get his offense some positive yards.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Bought a little time, lets it go. On target. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run, and he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Looking deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Valentine. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Hawkins. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He makes it up to the 20-yard line before going out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Escapes the pressure going right. They get to him as he throws.
You get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
The Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Washington. They bring him down, but not before he gets a 1st down at the 35. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Texas A&M back to work with another 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's looking deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the 1st half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
He wants to take the top off. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the 1st half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. This will be their 1st punt of the afternoon. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the 3rd quarter started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the 1st half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the 1st half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the 1st half.
He wants to go deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And at this point of the game, you just can't say enough about how good the defense has been covering this guy. Coming into the game, they knew he was the critical factor for this offense with his skill set, but they have really been able to shut him down. They force another incompletion down the field looking his way. To me, that's one of the biggest reasons why they're winning this game.
Finds his tight end. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Makes the grab. Hauled down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warrick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And, man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think of swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag, that could take it to the house, make big plays.
And the Seminoles will hustle to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He'll get rid of it. Looking to get it in. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? You know why he's piling up all these yards, David? Because the receivers won't let the ball hit the ground.
You remember that Jameis Winston game we called on a Thursday night? The ball didn't even hit the ground, did it?
It did not. 2 incomplete passes caught out of bounds. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, man, it's hard to throw down here in the red zone. These windows are tiny and they close fast, so there was nowhere to go in the end zone there. That time having to check it down. A nice job by the defense rallying and making a tackle.
Finds his big tight end. And he's going to score. Touchdown, no! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He'll bring it out. It's Valentine. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. And the Aggies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Looks it in at the 40. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
he's going to have to throw for it. Finds space on the right. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
The Seminoles want to crank the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. He's got it.
They get the go route outside, and the quarterback was just licking his chops. He looked outside. He saw press man-to-man coverage, and he knew he had to win. If he could just be accurate with the throw, that was going to be an explosive play. You just could not draw that up anymore.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. It's complete. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Here comes the option. Touchdown Seminoles! And that one will give them the lead.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Quarterback now breaking the field. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He fires one deep over the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot. Not able to come away with the completion.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Off-play action on first down. Slings it downfield. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Second down, they'll go to the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's loose on the right. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Florida State.
This is a special talent playing the tight end position because he's not a guy that's just going to catch flat routes and block. He's a guy you can line up all over the field. He can stretch the field vertically, shows off his speed. He has very rare athleticism for a guy at his position, and he showed it there on that long touchdown catch.
And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got his man on the right. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Lining up from the 34 on first down. They go to the ground. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Offense gets set for second down. They'll run play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Looking left. He's got it. At the 35, he's open. He'll work his way down to the 28. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Makes the catch. It's Scott. Got some room in into the goal line. Touchdown, Aggie. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point draws them closer. It's 31-24. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Kentucky has the lead right now. Feels like it's been this way since the players took the pregame catwalk. But this has been a very close game. They're up by a field goal over Kent State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Lets it fly. Pulls it in on the left. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
What a throw on first down, the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
Breaks into the open. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Buys a little time with his feet. Took a shot as he threw.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. touchdown, no! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Hey, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Got it in the middle. It's Garrison. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Using his legs to buy some time. Pulls it in on the right. There he goes. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
And that has got to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no way the receiver should have been allowed to be that open deep down the field. Somebody on defense blew their assignment.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Texas A&M going quickly. On second and goal, he gets another chance. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense.
There he goes. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Fires to the middle. Connection to the right. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Complete to the left. Slips one guy, now he's loose. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Going to swing it on second down. Pocket breaking down. Under heat, he gets rid of it.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on third down. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. They will score. down, Seminoles.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Texas A&M.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down line. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we've certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. To the air, it's Hawkins. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up third down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Normally, I would say, fourth and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the fourth quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll pull it down and run. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. They convert the fourth down, but back to the line with no time to waste. Wants to throw on first down. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Well, this situation in the game, trailing with not a lot of time left, I understand going to the sideline to try and save clock, but you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. Don't be afraid to use those. You can attack the middle of the field. Use the...
Going over the top. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
On third down, he drops to throw. He's taking the deep shot. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Working that left side. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Gonna look downfield again. Rushes on him. Looking to scramble. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
And that is the exact opposite what this defense wants. When you have the lead, you can't give up an explosive play or back-to-back explosive plays. Play the coverage where you've got multiple eyes on the quarterback. Dropping back, not giving up the big play.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
Well, this This offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Moves around to clear up the vision. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Marshall is ahead right now in Huntington, but that's not exactly Randy Moss out there controlling this game. Things are a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Ohio. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. They'll start this drive going to the air. Starting to feel a little pressure. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at 2nd down.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. He's got an open man. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got him downfield. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Florida State.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw. It's Hawkins. Grabbed over the middle. It's Washington. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Scott. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He wants it all. And that one is picked up in the end zone. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
One more play to pad the stats. Throws it back. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis.
it.